For me personally, it's worked, and I don't see any other program that's run about that's going to do the same.
A group of like-minded guys that are there for the same reasons, and that reason is to better their lives and lose some weight.
If you're sitting there right now and you feel like, I can't walk the way I used to, I can't even run for 5 minutes, this is going to gradually build you up to where you want to be.
If anybody is actually thinking about it, with mental health, over your weight, it's one of the best decisions you could ever make, and I will stand by that 100%.
Yeah, so I'm Kenny, 38. I've lost, I think it's about 54 kilos.
My name is Grant Cunningham, I am 35, I play in the East Kilbride League. At my lowest, I'd lost about 26 kilograms, started at 118, get down to 92.
Name's Philip Welsh, I am 55, and I have lost close to just 6 stone, started at 26 stone, and I'm just a short of under the 20 stone mark.
My name's Polly, I have lost, I'm 26 years old, I have lost 31 kilo since I started Man vs Fat, and I play at Man v Fat Paisley.
I originally kind of got into Man v Fat because I'd got my wedding photos back in 2018, and to be honest, I was embarrassed by them. I'd no net, I'd no sort of definition. It was like looking at, clothes stuffed with, probably 3 or 4 people in them, and then, like most people, something pops up on your Facebook and you're going, hang on, but there's a club in Glasgow. So I thought, right, okay, let's give it a go, see what happens. Signed up, and lo and behold, wasn't the most confident person going in, was never the best footballer in the world, but it was the theory of a group of guys, same sort of reasons for being there, all there with the same goal. What can go wrong?
In 2022, between Christmas and New Year, and me and my wife and my daughter got a wee kind of cottage for over that kind of period. She was heavily pregnant, and my daughter's legs gone away, and we had a couple of dry days where we were running about the beach, and not even a couple of 100 metres, like not even 100 metres probably. I couldn't breathe. I was absolutely breathless, and my daughter's running about wanting to play and stuff, and you're like, I just can't run after you. And then you're looking back at pictures through the year and you're like, that just looks ridiculous, that looks horrendous. Like, I don't want her then going to school and there's my dad coming and he's a big guy and he's, you know what I mean? So that was kind of like, well, that's how I started looking into it.
In probably about 3 years, I think I probably put on like 8 stone or something. It was a ridiculous amount now that I think about it, looking back at it. And I went to Glasgow Clyde College, and there's this little hill just before you get there. It's not a massive hill, but I used to have to walk up this hill every morning, and by the time I got to the top of it, I was sweating, I was sore, my back was a wee bit sore. And coming from me, who 10 years ago I was super fit, really into my football, into everything, that looking back at it still hits home. That was probably the moment I realised that I was actually overweight and I had an issue with my weight.
Knees, bad knees, ankles, everything was sore, and diabetes and things. I still got diabetes, but not as bad as it used to be, but diabetes, couldn't walk. You're lucky if I could walk 200 yards, to be honest with you, being out of breath. I mean, I was a big boy. At one point, I had seen myself at 32 stone at one point. You're talking years ago, and it was a difficult thing to go through, nothing like that. But as I say, when my grandchild and my granddaughter was born, it maybe helped a wee bit to try and lose some weight. But as I say, since this came about and found this out here, I've played there, and as I say, it's brilliant.
First week of July last year, my dad felt tingling in his right pinky. Thought it might have been a mini stroke, so he went to doctor. Doctor sent him into hospital right away. Brain scan, tumour. It was a stage 4, I want to say, grade 4 glioblastoma. And he walked into the hospital with a wee bit of tingling in his pinky, and he never walked out. So he passed away January the 10th. So over Christmas that was really hard. Obviously not watching what you're eating, not keeping track of what you're doing, because I'm down at hospitals, I'm down at hospices, my mum and dad's house to support my mum. Barely in the house between that and work. You know, I'm out of the house 11 hours a day for work as well, so that was kind of part of the reason I was thinking about giving it up.
September I took an overdose. So much so, my wife had to give me CPR when she was 6 months pregnant. I'd lost a shed load of weight. I wasn't used to seeing myself that way in the mirror. I think it was more kind of panic mode set in. It was more a shock to the system. In fact, you know, it was my wife and my ex actually took me to the side and verbally slapped me, shall we say, that it was that way. Listen, I remember you when you were younger, you've never looked as good as you have. I was sitting going, yeah, bear in mind, at our wedding, you had to spend about half an hour, 45 minutes lying down because your back went because of your weight.
And I was in a really bad place at times with mental health. Not I mean, my father dying and things like that. Obviously, I tried suicide, and as I say, the joke will come about here that I'll tell you now was I tried to hang myself, but because it was too heavy, the branch snapped, and that saved me from hanging myself, which I think it's a funny story to laugh at now, but at that point in time it was funny. I'd done that, branch snap, but at that point in time you hear the snap, you think it's your own neck, and then opened my eyes, I could see stars, and I thought, oh, I'm in heaven. And then a dog came and licked my face. So I thought, is it true all dogs go to heaven? No, it's not, because you're not there. So that was it. And at that point in time, I knew it was time to start seeing things, but then as I came to this place here, I've still had dark days, but I've never had that thought of the things I used to do.
It's something that takes a bit of time to get used to. And you go through really, really strong points where you end up losing 3 kilo a week, and that feels great. But you also go through the moments where you're putting on 2 kilo a week, and it's a bit of a roller coaster. But it's something that it's a fantastic decision that I've made. It's something that I'm really, really proud of.
The guys were actually really good when my daughter was born there in January. And I say they chipped in and got a wee outfit for my daughter. I came back in February as if I'd never been away. So the wee bit of banter back and forward takes your mind off it with your teammates, and teammates all got on really well. Even through the week when you're they're texting, you're phoning and each other and going for walks and stuff like that when you're not here. So no, it's a big support. It's new pals basically.
One of the things I always like having at the clubs I run is it's not just your team chat. You've got a full club forum where they can all get in on it. Even the refs in on it at Paisley, and that's because at the end of the day they arrange extra games through that, or they're talking about doing a sort of sponsored walk, cycle type thing around the local Glasgow stadia. That's what it's meant to be for. It's the community spirit. It's the bit that binds us all.
We got a bit of chemistry on the park. You chat in your WhatsApp groups, you get to know people, you play with people for a couple of weeks as well, and you start to really build up a good bit of chemistry, and it's just such a fantastic feeling. You're losing weight, you're doing it with your teammates, you're beating other people, but you're also helping other people at the same time. It's just such a fantastic feeling.
I was still new, and I was still at that stage where I'm still like that, thinking about going to end myself. You know what I mean? It was a phone call for Big Jim that had phoned me, and he talked to me for, must have been an hour and all that, man, and then he and the next morning he was phoning me, and that's when I got to the point where this is a great place. This is the place. These guys don't know me, but they've come together as a group, and even the rest of the team had phoned about it, and they were messaged me, and that's something that I'd never seen before.
Now, everyone's got their own reasons for better in their lives, medical reasons, some's got family reasons, some's even got mental health reasons.
And if you remember, like it was yesterday, when you're kicking about in school and you're going to your school football team or whatever, or you're doing your athletics and stuff like that, and you think that that's out of reach. It's not. You can definitely get back there, and there's a group of people sitting here waiting to make that happen with you.
Can I praise it up enough, to be honest with you? I think anybody that's thinking about it, it's the best thing you can do.
I would definitely say go for it. Get a bash anyway.